Hello and welcome back to the Stickswiper server. So, it's been a couple months since I last showed what I've been up to, and since then there's been quite a few updates. Not huge differences, so not any huge new projects really, but just finishing up on things that I have been working on, although not everything is complete yet. So, first things first is the most obvious one. Oh, that was a fail. But first things first, the gold farm is complete. So, all around this gold farm, every single obsidian block has been placed in to create the portals now. All around the farm, I have eggs. All the way. You can imagine how long it took me just to get all of those eggs. There's also a hole in the center of all these portals which has more eggs in it. I think there's only 8 there though. And at the present moment it's the same as it was before in terms of all the pigmen fall down, they follow a water stream. So here's the water stream, they drop down the center and the collection point is still down there. However, the killing point is still down there. However, it has changed up because I now have all of those items filtering directly into my chest room in my base. I'll show everything over there in a second, because there's one other thing I've done over here. I have myself an iron farm. Now this isn't running at the moment, so you're not going to see anything dying, but yeah, that's pretty much it really. Here's my new iron farm. The items are also filtered straight through. I'm not keeping poppies. So poppies are all just thrown straight into the lava. All of the iron, however, is shot down this chute into a water stream that joins up with the gold farm water stream, joins up with a couple water streams from various farms, and it all ends up in my base. So now, okay, I'm going to go down here. I'm going to show all the new things that's happened in here. Fairly sure that I already explained all the farming up here, but as you can tell there's been a bit of an improvement to down here. Beforehand I only had 2 of these sections done. Now, whilst not all of them have water and sand, gravel, coral in them, all of them have been glassed up, really. I finished all the stairways. If I go over here, you can see I've put the sand and gravel in this one, but I haven't filled it with water yet. And that's another change actually. I've put sand in it. Originally the ground was all gravel, but I decided when I went to look for more coral, I realized that all the coral is actually in a sandy area. There's actually no gravel where coral seems to grow. So I decided to change it up, and I've just put a bit of both in there. And yeah, I've put in this 4th and final kelp farm, but I haven't finished it off yet. I haven't set up the kelp collection or put in the water yet, mainly because it's a hassle and I really just haven't gotten around to it. The rails up there are connected to the sugarcane farm, and so they're gonna need to be moved and rearranged and whatnot, and yeah, really I just haven't gotten around to it yet. But if I go down here, if I remember correctly, most of what I have down here did not exist in the last video. So I just did this today actually. I just I moved my map over here, just a bit of a nice effect really. I've been working on this room today, so I just put in the roof. I did this yesterday. It's very simple furnace system. It wasn't meant to be anything fancy. It wasn't meant to be the top range furnace system or anything. I mean, it doesn't really even distribute evenly, but it's good enough for what I wanted, and I'm going to have 4 of these. All I do is chuck my 5 stacks in there, and the 5 stacks come out there smelted. That's it. It's pretty simple. I push this lever here, and it sends the cart just backwards and forwards until I turn it off again. Yeah, so there's going to be 4 of those, 1 in each corner. Pretty simple. if I go in here, it's the same chest room, everything's the same, but I now have filters. There's my iron that's been coming through, there's gold that's been coming through. As you can see, I've condensed most of the gold. The slime is coming in strong, so whoopsies. If I go up to this one, that's filled, that's filled, that's filled. It's all just, yep. Same for the gunpowder, that's filling up, and so once this chest fills up, I'm going to flick the switch for it down here. I don't actually have a dispenser system for gunpowder yet. I need to do that. I'll flick a switch and it'll start just dispensing gunpowder stored up in the hoppers. My dispensing system has completely changed, so that's just the sorting up there. That's nice and simple. But in terms of how items are dispensed, this is a bit more complex than what I used to have. So I flick the lever will lock this this hopper, so no items are flowing through into the dispenser. Nothing's being shot out. So this one's cactus. Cactus is being stored. Whereas if I turn this lever, see there was a bunch of changes there. What happened was this changed, which automatically set off the observer. The observer detected that change, did a 0-tick pulse to this piston, which shoved out the redstone block and left it there because it was just 0 ticks, which powers this one, pushing the observers together and setting up, pushing this stone brick up, allowing the pulse from the dropper to flow through this block into this piston, pushing the observer across, creating a super fast clock, which then just shoots out all the items. So if I flick this again, the change is going to be detected, redstone block's going to be pulled up, that's going to be pulled down, and it'll stop dispensing because those two will be pulled apart, and then this will start filling up with cactus again. So that's just the new system that I came up with. I've got it for everything. It took me a while, it could probably be made better, but you know what, I'm proud of it. I think it looks pretty cool, and that's important, even though it's all behind lines and you can't really see any of it, and it does what's needed. Now, fairly sure the slime farm was finished last time that I did a video, but just in case it wasn't, here's the slime farm. It's all up and running. I have a slime escaping because I haven't actually set up down here. I get the feeling that it's overflowing somewhere and I need to fix that up, because that is either a lot of mobs that have fallen recently, or my minecart has stopped somewhere, and I think it's the latter because I don't see anything being picked up. That's a problem. I will fix that at some point. Anyway, all the items from that are shot along, not that water stream, I moved it. They're shot out of these dispensers into the water stream, get shot all the way down there, and that connects up with the iron and the gold farm, and sorry, it goes up there and then it connects up with the iron and gold farm items and flows into my sorting system. So that's all connected, which is nice. It makes everything easy. I've set up a tree farm here. It's pretty standard. Again, I don't remember if this was in the last video, but I don't think so. And on the other side, I'm fairly sure most people will have seen this. This is just the 0-tick cactus farm. Super fast. Generates a ton of cactus. It is also just connected directly to the iron, gold, slime, gunpowder, all the farms. It's just all the farms are connected. This goes on for a while. It doesn't connect to anything except the beacon. I just have a beacon down there. The reason why there's such a long tunnel is just because I wanted the two beacons to be perfect distance apart, so that I'm always within range but not wasting anything really. And I will have villager farms down there, so the standard carrot, potato, wheat, all of those things. If I go on this side, here I have my cow farm. Here's all my cows. I don't know if I have any wheat. No, I don't at the moment. Press this button. It's all standard. Just right click on them, breed them. The baby cows will be made and they'll be shot out into a water stream that pops them all up here. And originally I was going to have them just in a popping up into a one by one area so that I can just kill them all with one hit, but I've made it so it's like this. They pop out and they just move wherever they want, both because I think it looks nicer, but it also enables me to see when they are all grown up and make sure I'm not just killing off baby ones and wasting stuff. On this side I'm going to do the same idea for pigs. It's pretty much identical, except that the item down here, I'm using a half slab down here because the baby pigs can fit under the half slab, whereas for cows I didn't need that. I just needed iron bars, but the pigs will shoot through that. The adult pigs will shoot through that, so that won't work. I will have sheep. I do have a way that I'm going to do this, I just haven't made it yet. It's a way I've done it on every map. Here's my turtles. It's substantially less turtles than I had when I was trying to get eggs for the gold farm, but I only need 5 now because I don't even really need eggs, so that makes life easier. And I think that's about it. I don't think there's anything new around my base. I have a... oh, actually... well, no, actually, yeah, that's true. I don't have anything new around my base. There are a couple other things that I'll show, but first I'm going to show you over here, just somewhere in this area here, probably, potentially on the other side of my base, I'm not sure, but over here I'm thinking of setting up my zero-tick chorus plant farm, because I'm selling end rods at spawn, and at the moment I don't actually have anything growing, which means my shop is going to run out very quickly if people are buying my stuff. Over here I have my villager breeder, so lots and lots and lots of villagers are coming out of this at the moment. I have a villager selling silk touch for 7 emeralds, and also a mending villager in there, so they're coming in handy, especially since I can't seem to keep an eye on my pickaxe and it seems to break all the time, so I'm constantly needing new silk touch pickaxes. My horse has gotten itself stuck in there because it's smart like that, and I'm not entirely sure how it got in there, to be honest. That's a bit weird. Anyway, that's everything here. However, there's more. This is not all there is. So, here we go. I still need to go over all this, my nether paths, because they're ridiculously impractical. I'm being shot at by ghasts all the time, but I mean, they work for now. If I go to my guardian farm, I've shown the guardian farm before. Now, I had a problem of this guardian farm not being very fast. I mean, I had plenty of guardians, I always had about this number, but it did not seem to produce a ton because I always had a lot of guardians just milling around this area as they tried to get to me and there. So the new update here is quite simply a giant sand wall all the way around this thing. There is a flying squid. That's normal. Anyway, I think it's stuck. At some point I may expand this to cover the whole area, but to be perfectly honest, I don't think I'm ever going to bother, especially since I haven't even finished off the roof on this farm yet. So, should honestly get on top of that, but it's probably not going to happen. Anyway, guardians can't escape out of here anymore, so the the Guardian rates are incredibly high if I'm just sitting down here waiting for them all to come in. This redstone, I realized when making the last video, I just realized how stupid it was, and I realized, oh my goodness, I can do this so much simpler. But again, it is how it is. I don't really need to change it. It works, and not many people are seeing that, so as far as I'm concerned, it can just stay how it is. But yeah, while I'm here, I'm going to repair a little bit of my pickaxe. There we go. Anyway. Further changes. It's not simply that. I've made myself a wither skeleton farm. Now, it's not the farm itself that's impressive. Oh, I totally forgot which way to go. I always do. Here we go. The farm itself is not too impressive, but the slabbing job that I had to do was monstrous. And honestly, I could still keep going if I chose to. Like, if I fly over here, look at that. You can see some slabbing up there. I have caves everywhere, just completely slabbed. Places that most people don't even realize exist. But I think this tiny bit here, this area here is the only bit that I've missed, because all of this area is slabbed. If I go through here, this is all slabbed. If I go up here, everything. It's insane. It also appears I've missed a bit, so I need to stop bragging about my slabbing. But anyway, that's awkward. There's the farm. And I am quite happy with the farm at the moment, simply because every time I come here there doesn't seem to be many mobs in it. So I'm actually going to expand it to 3... Oopsies. I'm going to expand it to 3 platforms, because it doesn't seem to produce mobs, but I'm happy with it right now, simply because the one time I'm recording, there's enough mobs to be shooting at me and doing damage. The damage I would happily avoid, but I'm happy there's mobs here. There we go. Blaze Farm's exactly the same. No changes there at all. Oh, yeah, that's it. One other plan. So I do have quite a few plans. I actually have them all written down somewhere, of what I want to achieve. But one other plan that I'm going to do, because my, I don't know, 150 stacks of obsidian going into the gold farm at my base wasn't good enough, I'm also going to make a gold farm on top of the nether for XP, more so than gold, because I have plenty of gold coming through. Simply because, I mean, we have an end farm, it's producing XP as an end farm does. I mean, most people get along with an end farm fine, but I also find I just don't like standing around there and trying to fix up all my tools. It takes forever. It's the fastest method we have, but it still seems to take forever, and so my plan is to make a gold farm that is relatively much faster, because it'll make life easier. It'll mean I'm wasting less time on just hitting endermen and just waiting around. But yeah, I think that's about it. By the way, these chests here, they do absolutely nothing, so it is just, I end up just chucking items in that are related to the things here. So I've got the saplings in there. I have wheat in that one. I may automate that so that wheat will flow into there, as well as wheat flowing into my chest room over there, so that this can stay fully stocked. Carrots there. So that's all up and coming, and yeah, honestly I'm looking forward to how this all looks when it's done. Just this room alone with all of these corners in, I'm quite proud of this design, because it was nothing like I set out to making. It's nothing like I've really ever made. This is quite a different design to how I would usually do it. Same for these roofs that I have everywhere. I mean, it's simple to make, but it looks complex enough to just be nice. But anyway, that's the end of it. I think I don't think there's anything else to show. That's except for really bad firework efforts. I don't think there's anything else to show. That's everything. There's the base. There's the portals. Pigman Farm, that's the one. Iron Farm, they're really the main two actually. Those two there were the main two big things, but that's everything. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching. If you liked it, then feel free to subscribe. If you really loved it and you want to come see it for yourself, then you can check out the Stickswiper server. There'll be a link in the description to the forums. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Goodbye.